Assalamu alaikum, brother. I have a question,
Yes.
and this is about one question is about Ibn Rushd. If you
Yes.
read his book, this is a treatise. He has elaborated on the law, which means that the Quranic law of science or nature study, giving examples of Surah Al Imran and also of Ibrahim alayhi salam, that these verses need to be pondered, and in his book, which has been translated in English, he emphasizes a lot on the study of nature. I understand he was impressed by the Greeks, but can we like blame him for being uh, accepting scientism of Greeks? Another question that I have is that science, the word science, and I've been arguing with that with some of the scholars, that the word that you should use should be ilm, because in the
Pardon?
when Muslims were at the peak of their discoveries, whoever discovers has the right to name things, as the stars were named after the Arabic astronomers. So we have to go back to using the word ilm, tadabburun, tafakkarun, alimun, instead of scientia and scientism. But some scholars don't agree with that. So these are my two questions on Ibn Rushd, and this one on ilm. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Concerning Ibn Rushd, I am not devaluating his contribution to Islamic philosophy, and I'm not blaming him for studying the Greek heritage, especially Aristotle's contributions. But I do not agree with him on a basic principle that he want to sell, which says that if you have a contradiction between Quran and science, at his time, science is Aristotle's science. If you have a contradiction, if you have a problem, then you have to resort to science and ignore the Quran. Try to reinterpret the Quran, no matter what was the contradiction. This is, in my opinion, is not correct. It's not the way to deal with it, because the proper way is to respect the Quran and to know that science gets developing. So if there is a sheer, very clear contradiction, as I did with the problem of expanding universe, accelerating universe, and the question of collapsing universe. The Quran says the universe should collapse, and the discovery of accelerating universe, and that the universe is flat, is spatially flat, tells us, or tells some of the physicists believe that this will imply that the universe will go forever expanding. Obviously, they are taking the what they call so-called Friedman solutions. But then I was, to be fair to the science and the Quran, we should see if there is another way. Not always I have to reinterpret the Quran. Why should I always reinterpret the Quran? If I reinterpret the Quran to follow Aristotle's science, we will be misled, as I said. That's why that's my criticism to the Ibn Rushd approach. And this is mabda, this is a principle that some people now at this age is trying to sell also. Concerning ilm, using the word ilm is possible, but when we talk in English, it's, I don't know whether Islam or Muslims have named this endeavor, this kind of activity as ilm. I'm not sure. I mean, in this area, we have to ask some historians of science, historians or philosophers of science, historians of the philosophy of science, to see whether other nations has named this. I'm not sure, by the way. I apologize for being unable to judge this matter now. Thank you.